Hello, Miranda Darrow here, talking today to the readers, authors. This will interest you as well, as you might find some ideas that you want to share with your readers and followers. Dear readers, you love a lot of authors and you want to support them, but money is tight and you can't afford to buy all their books and multiple versions of their books. But how can you support an author and help their career without breaking open your piggy bank? I have 10 ways that you can support an author without spending a dime. Welcome to How Readers Can Help an Author for Free. We have top 10 tips. The first tip on how readers can support authors for free is post a review. This is the first one, even though there are some more logical first choices as they talk about different ways to get the author's books, but this is really the best way to support an author for free. Yes, you can give them a star rating, but it's even more important to give them a review that has words. The Goodreads and Amazon have different ways of tracking which reviews are just a number and which ones are quantitative and which ones have words that describe the product, and the ones with words count more. So your text review does not need to be long. Some of my favorites are when I post in a hurry and I say, great genre, like great twisty suspense, or simply, I have a 2-word review. Loved it. You don't need to post a manifesto. Just a few words will do, and that will count as a written review for the book, for the author, for the algorithms. But if you do want to post more, authors do love to read when someone enjoyed the book enough to post specific examples and moments. Now, I agree that reviews are for readers, not authors. And so you don't have to post anything that you don't believe. This is for other readers. If you weren't enamored with the story, but you still want to support the author, you can say something a little more bland, like, I wish it would have had more this element you felt it was missing. Or you could even say, I preferred other title by this author. And you do not need to give a star rating. Putting written text in a review will be very helpful and important for that author, especially one who is still building a following. And having all glowing reviews doesn't seem realistic. It looks like it's all friends and families. So having some more realistic reviews makes it look more authentic. And when you're at it, post reviews in as many places as you have accounts. Goodreads, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, other sites where people review books, your own book blog, and spread the word. Tip number 2 for how you can support an author for free. Follow them on social media. If you follow the author on social media and interact with their posts, then more people will as well. If they're posting pictures of the writing cave, comment if it's someplace cool. Post a picture of their books on your bookshelves. Or if you're reading it on a Kindle or listening to it on an audiobook on your phone, just post a picture of yourself enjoying it and say, loving this. If they post a poll, vote in it and make a comment about your choice in the poll option or something that they could have added. Show the author that they are not all alone in the social media desert, that they have fans that are seeing their posts. Go to their website and see what social media handles they have, and then follow them on whatever platforms you're also on. You can follow them on Facebook, on X, Twitter, on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, Threads, Reddit, Blue Sky, Mastodon, Snapchat, whatever else is happening next. Also, if you are tracking your books on Goodreads, like I do, so I can remember if I've already read something before I check it out or buy it somewhere, then follow the author on Goodreads. You'll get notices when they add new books, have giveaways, have pre-orders, or are on the platform for a Q&A section. All kinds of good things. And if they have a Facebook group or other private community on different social media forum, follow them there too. I've been in Colleen Hoover's cohort Facebook for a very long time. That place has blossomed and grown as she's found a huge fan base on TikTok and elsewhere, but the cohort OGs can still say they were part of the inner circle back in the day. Tip number 3 for how readers can support an author for free is to recommend their book. Besides posting a review, if you hang out with people who read, which hopefully you are, there are plenty of opportunities to put in a good word for your favorite authors. If you meet somebody for lunch, ask them, what are you reading? And then recommend your new favorite author's book. I'm not saying to completely ignore what they're saying while you wait to launch into your recommendation. But it might happen, especially if they're not loving what they're currently reading. Practice with me. Say, just drop that disaster like a hot potato and check out this lovely new book instead, and have the title and author. You could even email them the link and make it easy for other readers to find your favorite author too. I know it's cool to be the first to discover a new talent, but authors will have a tough time being able to release more books if their early readers don't bring along some friends and prove that there's a market for their books. Word of mouth is magic. Spread the word. Spread it online to your family and friends, or even to strangers on the bus that you see reading a book. It helps if it's the same genre. It's a good conversation starter. Don't put yourself at risk, but wouldn't that be a rather amazing meet cute or friend cute to bond over introducing somebody to their new favorite author? I remember introducing a former coworker of mine to the Red Rising series by Pierce Brown a decade ago, and she still tells me how much she loved reading those and came back to me for more recommendations for years because I was the person who was able to hook her up with her favorite series. Don't you want that feeling too? Share your book love with other readers. Tip number 4 for how readers can support authors for free is suggest it to your book club. Hey author, what's better than one person reading your book? That's right, a whole group of people reading your book and talking about it together. Yes, book clubs are the perfect group to bring into your new fandom. They're always looking for something new to read. Veto that 1 millionth suggestion for a James Patterson book and suggest something new that they just might love. Or that one grouchy person will hate it. They always do, and that's fine because other people might like it. And having that many people either buying the book or requesting it from the library will help prove a market for it. If it's a newer author that you're following online, and if their DMs are open, you could even ask if they'd like to join a part of your book club meeting via Zoom. Have them at the start at the meeting for a quick Q&A where the book clubbers are polite and have cool questions. And if you're recommending this, have some questions on a list in advance and check out some of the author's interviews to see what topics they're comfortable talking about so it isn't awkward. And then let the author go with your thanks for their time before you start dissecting their book right in front of them. I always remember times that authors came to my book club meetings, and it can help assure that your book clubbers make more of an effort to read the book if they know the author is coming. This works if you're meeting in person at someone's house or at a pizza restaurant. Hey, Minnesota Romance Book Club. I love our Devani meetings. They're the best. At the library, in a private room, you got to be a little quiet. Online, if there's like a live book club meeting online, a lot of them on Zoom and Teams and stuff like that. Or an asynchronous book club through a website like Goodreads or other ones where the selections are made by vote. Just get involved and suggest your favorite author's books for every book club that you're in. Get involved. Tip number 5 for how readers can support an author for free is to attend a reading or author Q&A session. If the author says that they'll be doing a blog hop or appearing on a podcast, show up and be there for them. Almost all the authors I know have had a reader event where hardly anyone shows up, and it's mortifying. Make sure that they aren't all alone or just with some blog host or Facebook page takeover for a live event. Come with some softball questions to help the author showcase the research that they did or other fun facts that you know that they know because you followed them on social media. Participate in their live polls and questions. If you're participating on Zoom, make sure to use all the heart emojis and positive reaction buttons. These events could be at bookstores, at the library, online, blog hops, and bring a friend, bring a neighbor, bring the grouchy cat lady next door who just needs to get out and take a walk to a local bookstore as they frequently have snacks. So why not show up? The author will appreciate seeing you there. Tip number 6 for how a reader can support an author is to request their books from the library. If you go to the library, you can ask at the circulation desk if you don't see a stack of forms already for you to fill out the request. It will usually say add a new title to their collection or suggest a new book. I went to my library's website and requested that they add my title. It helps to have a copy of the book nearby so that you can add it by the ISBN number and check the metadata page for that, the year of publication, and make sure you spell the title correctly. You can also find all of this information on Amazon, but don't send them a link to Amazon. Libraries won't get from Amazon. They will get from other places. So make sure you have the correct information so that they can find it. And why not request that they get the print book and the ebook and the audiobook if that's available too? Sometimes that request would come from Hoopla or Libby or the library's audiobook vendor interface rather than the library itself. But check both because maybe your library is looking in both places. And hey, if there's another library with a different collection nearby, maybe you already have a card from that library too. It doesn't hurt to ask. They'll often ask for your library card number, and many savvy readers have cards at multiple libraries. And I'm not telling if you don't. If you request the title and the library orders a copy, they will often notify you when it's first available. Let the library bring the new releases to you. Ha ha ha. Tip number 7 for how readers can support an author for free is to enter their book giveaways and other contests. Authors hate to throw a party and have no one show up. If they're participating in a book giveaway, put in an entry. If you haven't read it yet, free books. That's awesome. If you win a book that you already have your own contest with your social media followers and give it away to someone else. Or hand it to a friend who reads the genre. Or put it in a little free library where more people can discover this author. When you participate in giveaways on Goodreads, they will add that book to your to be read, which tracks the books which are popular with their groups of readers, pushing the algorithm for recommendations. The participation levels for giveaways through Amazon and other stores shows interest, as do request levels from BookBubs and other bargain book lists, and BookFunnel group promotions. Show that there's a demand for this author by participating in all their giveaways, plus other contests like naming a side character or voting in their poll. Sometimes the author will sponsor a giveaway in their newsletter, which is some foreshadowing for a future tip on how to support the author for free as well. Tip number 8 for how readers can support authors for free is to add that book to be read or your wish list. Even if there isn't a book giveaway going on at the moment, you can express your interest by adding it to your to be read list on Goodreads. This will assure that you get notified if the author or publisher does sponsor a giveaway, and they'll also notify you of author interviews on the Goodreads platforms and let you know when they have other books coming out. Adding it to your wish list on Amazon, you'll also get notified of price drops, similar to other retailers. And if you shop for gifts for others, like family and friends, and you're exchanging wish lists, books are an excellent gift for other people to buy for you. Put it on your list and you'll never get the wrong size or that knockoff brand that Aunt Edna swears is just as good as the name brand, but it never is. You cannot go wrong by asking for specific books for your birthday or holidays, because then you know that you'll get exactly what you want and you'll get something that you use and enjoy. Tip number 9 for how readers can support an author for free is to sign up for their newsletter. Yes, I hinted at this earlier. I love that foreshadowing. Some very established authors and content creators are monetizing their newsletters and Substacks, but most authors are just out there hustling, trying to make a connection with readers, offering a tiny little piece of their soul every month or week or twice a month, however frequently they're sending their newsletters. Show them that they are not shouting out into the void, that someone is actually reading their newsletter. It might cheer them on. You can do this by opening the email. Even if you saw a preview, the open rate shows how much engagement they have with their audience. It's a number that's tracked with their newsletter provider. And click on the links. This is another metric that's tracked to see how effective their newsletter is with having reader engagement with their content. Participate in their polls and contests and giveaways so that they know that their readers are interested and engaged. If they ask a question, email them back with an answer so the authors know that their content is being read. Newsletters are also a great way to get a sneak peek into their next work in progress and get invited to be an early reader who receives an advanced reader copy or ARC. And our 10th and final tip for how readers can support an author for free is to volunteer to be on their streak team to help them launch their books. The streak teams get early access to ARCs, which are advanced reader copies. They can participate in the launch. They can get cool shout outs online, sometimes swag, and they can form a whole community of early readers. And most importantly, they can post reviews before the book even comes out, so that when the launch day comes, good things are already being said about the book by people that the author knows, likes, and trusts. That brings us back to tip number 1. Post reviews, as that really is the best way that a reader can support an author. Author friends, feel free to share this with your readers and inspire them to help out you and other authors in new and exciting ways. And as always, if you want to be in the loop for more content from me, Miranda Darrow, with my advice on writing, editing, and the author life, please like and subscribe to my channel below. Happy writing!